Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where our threat is still really up there. Now, I would like to fight the Africans over here, and as long as our threat isn't sufficiently high that other people would join them, that's okay. So, like, if we were to holy war for Songhai, yeah, that's a problem. There's no doubt about that. But if we were to border dispute, yeah, that's also a problem. Fair enough. So we mostly just need to chill on the African front. However, if I can get all of these to go away. There we go. What about Arabia? What if, hypothetically, we were to holy war on this duchy here, which is... I have no idea which one of these it is. De jure duchies, Fezzan. If we were to holy war for Fezzan, nearby Sunni rulers might try to join. We are a truce breaker, but that would only lower Muslim rulers' opinion of us. Fascinating. I think we don't declare this yet, but we get our troops into position for it. No one would defend Arabia because they're the only Sunni nation. Is Muhalabid still Sunni? I think so? Yeah, they are. But I don't think that they'll actually do anything. Even if they do join, like, I don't think they'll be helpful. So that's all fine. We'll just get in position over here, and it should be good. What is the war that's going on over here? Okay, they're just heading home. Sounds fine. Retinue-wise, we're as high up as we can. We'll impress this guy with vague promises. Actually, who was that? He'll ask again. Because we may actually want to transfer... You know what? I bet... It might have been this guy? I didn't even look. This would be the Bishopric of Salem. You report to the Duke of Damat. Okay, yeah, that seems fine. He'll ask again. When he does, we'll look into it. I clicked through it a little quicker than I probably should have, but it's okay. Okay, we will go ahead and upgrade in Yeha. We will go for Ethiopian drilling grounds. We're in no rush, so that'll be fine. Excellent. I do want to attack Arabia. The question is, when? Do we wait until after the truce? Maybe. This guy's on war focus. He's got 32,000 troops available. Of course, we have 50,000 troops available. Assassins are spreading to Syria. Okay. What is this war? Why are you moving all of these troops around if you're not at war, sir? I don't understand. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But whatever. Well, we could become paranoid. Or we could become trusting. And we'll become paranoid. Fantastic. You're not paranoid if they're out to get you, and, are they out to get you? Maybe a little bit. The Duke of Berbera is a bit salty. Everybody else is pretty okay. Duke of Gondar, I guess. Why is the Duke of Berbera so salty? Oh, because that's the guy we fired. Right. Yeah. We could potentially become fat. But we'll not do that. After all, we need our personal combat skill for the armies that we're actually allowed to lead. And I don't see an actual reason to change that. Is this guy any good at military? Not really. Wonderful. Okay, well, we are 30. We've got an heir and a spare, but no more. We are on family focus. Our heir is 8. Okay. We could gain the trait Cruel, but we're not going to do that. Okay, so we need to be, I think, below 75% threat if we want to attack Africa. But I think we do want to attack Arabia. Do we want to break this truce? That's the question. Is any of our vassals actually Muslim? I don't feel like they are. This will give us a pretty hefty amount of threat. Oh, somebody else trying to seduce us, huh? We're still offended. What's going on in the Byzantine succession? Current heir is this guy. Who's the third in line? This guy. Who's already married. Okay. Well, that is certainly going to be interesting to try to break into. We haven't seen an opportunity yet. I mean, regular marriage. Oh boy. I mean, this guy is heir to the County of Constantinople. And that is on viceroyalty. What? That's a viceroyalty? Okay. Well, this guy... Yeah, that's a viceroyalty. That is bizarre. We're gonna have a very hard time getting that, then. Well, let's spend some gold. We did convert Manan to Miaphysite. That's fantastic. We'll go ahead and build a keep right up over here. What is this? King of Egypt wants to marry the Prince of Egypt to this random, untitled courtier that's not of our house. I don't see why I should care. Go for it. So the Sultan of Arabia is currently attacking the Spirit Guardians and defending against a revolt for Maghreb. Spirit Guardians are marching through our territory. They're going northward. Oh, okay. Congrats, guys. You got Norway. That's a great crusade. You notice they're not crusading against us. Okay, our Chancellor got arrested slightly. So we will go for this guy. And we will continue to sow dissent in the Byzantine Empire. Now, I'm mainly waiting to see if these guys are going to siege or if they're going to keep going. They're going to immediately turn around and leave. Who is this? Uh-huh. I don't care. It's not going to happen. So our truce is up in 1103, correct? Correct. What are these armies up to? Those are Arabian armies. Okay, so these armies are actually threatening enough to beat our... Actually, they're very cavalry heavy. 3,433 light cavalry. Our pikemen would do really well against that. It's fascinating. I still think that that's a sufficient number of troops in advantage over us that we don't necessarily want to declare this immediately. That and we'd be breaking the truce, which is always slightly awkward. I don't think... Would the council even vote for this? Like, is this whole thing moot? It might be. Oh, the council would vote for it. It would cost us a lot of prestige to break the truce, though. So I think, given what we see here, can we beat Arabia? Yeah, we obviously can. Can we beat Arabia with what we have here? Maybe not so much if they decide to pivot all of their troops down and attack us instead, which they very well might do. So I think we hold off on that until 1103, when the truce is up, then we attack Arabia. Our threat is still decaying. Eventually, we'll get to the point where we don't care. But for now, our threat is still decaying. So, let's spend some gold, shall we? This all seems fine. We may have to spend it in hospitals. And I believe we will have to. Okay. So, we can go for a medical academy. That'll be really solid for us, as far as getting future tech. Yeah, that'll be fine. Excellent. Get those investments paying off. There's just this tiny little patch of Arabia over there. Of course, there's Abyssinia over here. News from China, huh? Okay. Whatever, I kind of don't care. What's been going on over here? Have we been making gains? The Duke of Auvergne has quite a bit of territory now. He is actually making gains. He's attacking the Austrasian revolt for a border dispute over Lorraine. Okay, he's making gains over here. What about this Duke? He's doing a whole lot of nothing. All he actually controls is that one county. That's problematic for him, to be sure. But, I mean, as long as this guy is seizing opportunities, go for it. I don't really care too much about European holdings right now. We will care about that in the future, but currently, that is not exactly the case. We could potentially change a council law. Everyone's opposed to it. We could bribe our way to it, in theory, but I think that money is currently better spent on either castle upgrades, if there are any currently available, which I don't think there are, or, well, actually, castle walls. Yeah, we'll go for that. Or, potentially, there's always hospital upgrades. Hospital upgrades are very expensive, but they're also very powerful. Like this medical academy, that gives us every single month 0.03 tech points in each category. Every 10 months, that's a tech point. And you can build many of these. Like one in each county. That's extreme. Same thing with the observatory. Pharmacology laboratory doesn't do that, but the translation house does. Not in every category, but even so. It's kind of insane. Now, we can't build the observatory until we have the pharmacology laboratory, but that's exactly what we're going to do. Building up all of these hospitals is not just going to keep disease out of our provinces, but it's also fantastic for our technology. So that is what we're going to do. apparently we're going to pray with the sinner in the chapel tonight. Okay, we saved this guy's soul. And our wife fell in love with us. Okay. That's, I guess, always good. So we can't declare on Arabia until 6 March 1103. And I think we're going to wait the whole truce duration. Oh, wonderful. I just looked outside and noticed that it was snowing relatively heavily. That is, glorious considering it is the middle of April. Well, still a little early in April, I suppose, but regardless, I'm not a fan of this. You should stop. I'm addressing the weather right now. I don't know. This is kind of going poorly, clearly. The weather is not listening to me. It rarely does. Regardless, we're going to be able to declare our war on Arabia quite soon. And we're just continuing to dump gold into various locations. At some point, we're probably going to want to get rid of Hausen. We'll obligate the vassal. At some point, we're going to want to get rid of Hausen and build up a barony there. But right now, I don't think that that's the right call, considering that we're at 8 of 8 domain. A lot of that is because of Emperor rank. That puts us at a base of 4. Yeah, our stewardship bonus is giving us +1 right now. So if we had, hypothetically, 0 stewardship, we'd be at 8 of 7, which is problematic. That said, we're not very good at stewardship. And our heir is actually not much worse. Which is funny, considering she's like... How old is she now? 11. We can introduce Heir to Realm here pretty soon. She's born 4 July, so in 6 months. We can go ahead and do that. We haven't done that this whole game, and I haven't forgotten that it exists. I just don't usually do it because it's kind of a little flavor thing that ends up not really being very impactful. And sometimes it can go catastrophically wrong. But we'll do it this time. So, as soon as she turns 12, we'll be able to introduce her to the realm. That is what we're going to do. Pharmacology lab was just built, though, and we want to get the observatory constructing as quickly as possible. Because we really, really want to get that done. Get those tech points rolling in ASAP. That will put us up over 1 military tech point per month, which is solid. Our military tech is not exactly as high as our other ones. Oh, hello. These guys are now Catholic. Have fun with that, guys. You're not going to stay that forever. How are these hospitals coming along? The answer is not amazingly well. People are trying to... Why are people trying to kill our second daughter? I'm confused. Well, we're currently scheming, so we have some protection there. So that'll be fine. What would they possibly have to gain from killing this daughter? Like, this one is the one that's dangerous. But we should go ahead and introduce the heir to the realm. Fantastic. You've invited your vassals to partake in a formal introduction of your heir, Princess Zaudidu. She will have to exchange many pleasantries and act in a very formal way, something that might be tiresome for someone as young as her. However, you have full confidence that she will not disappoint you. So she gained 5 prestige. And let's see how she ends up doing. Hopefully she'll do reasonably well. As Zaudidu introduces herself to Bishop Seymour of Teb, she not only presents herself with grace, but also manages to impress Seymour by skillfully complimenting him. That's excellent. He is now impressed for the next 20 years. So who are we going to insult? I'm sure we're going to accidentally insult someone. It usually happens. Ah, there we go. As Zaudidu introduces herself to Mayor Lima of Tokar, she not only accidentally spills a beverage on Lima's shoes, but also manages to insult all of Lima's ancestors. Well, luckily, we don't care about Mayor Lima. He's not very relevant, all things considered. Let's go ahead and upgrade the sick house here. Gotta get that gold spent after all. Now we could declare on Arabia. What are they involved in? Okay, she complimented the mayor of Derry. That's nice. So what is Arabia involved in right now? Defending against a peasant revolt and truce with the spirit guardians. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay. Mostly not very much. Bishop Seymour of Teb is a renowned godly and learned vassal of yours. After having introduced himself to Zaudidu, Seymour approaches you with an offer. Seymour's willing to spend some time teaching Zaudidu some of the more intricate parts of the Bible in exchange for your favor. No. I'm not going to owe you a favor, sir. That is not going to happen. So we could declare on them at any moment now. I'm just kind of looking for a better opportunity, because I don't really want to do a pitched battle with them. That's kind of the last thing that I want right now. While passing judgment on the criminals from the safety of your throne, a young noble is brought before you. Okay, this is not having to do with the... not having to do with the introduction of the heir. But hey, our observatory is done. That is fantastic. This hospital is getting close to finished, which is super good. We have a level 4 hospital, a 48% resistance to disease in our capital. Yeah. Prosperity and Trinketat for 417.3 gold. We'll do it. We'll do it. We're doing it for the people, but 5 general opinion? For how long? 3 years. Fine. I guess it'll do. We'll be out of debt very shortly. And being in debt is definitely not the time to declare a major war. And now we have a fever. Things were developing slow fever. There aren't any outbreaks over here. His treatment was successful, although mildly successful. Hello. So, the King of Egypt just declared another holy war on Arabia. And this is me. I want the King of Egypt. This guy. Holy war for Jared. Okay, so he is looking for this duchy. That means that now is the time. We cannot declare war because we are bankrupt. So we gotta get out of debt here, and now have abdominal pain. We're now out of debt. Declare war. We are going to Holy War for Fazan. There we go. And in we go. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will win this holy war. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.